Hi everyone. I literally couldn't fit everything into the last video because there's just so much I have to cover. Now first of all, you see this water here, that represents the sea that the beast comes out of. Or the shark comes out of. Just like in that new film of Blake Lively, where the shark is after the woman. Sorry about the dog barking, by the way. Right, you see how this thing looks like a pyramid, like an Illuminati pyramid? Well, see how it looks like these two characters are underneath it. So this represents that these two are underneath the burdens of Egypt. These characters may not be Christians, but they represent Christians. So it represents the Christians underneath the burdens of Egypt, because they're wearing blue for Jesus and God and the light. Now, anyway, right, you see how it says a knight in shining armor here? That represents the Knights Templar, just like the Knights Templar are in Assassin's Creed, and the swords that they have represent Excalibur. But in Assassin's Creed, you play as an assassin, just like the Doctor Who story, The Deadly Assassin, and just like the Manchurian Candidate. It's just like the Bourne films as well, where Jason Bourne was basically a killer and an assassin who was brainwashed before he got amnesia. It represents how the Illuminati brainwash us humans. And like with things like the media and such, Sleeping Beauty. If I remember rightly, in the Disney films, Sleeping Beauty had blonde hair, so she probably represents the woman of the Bible. Okay. So anyway, this Rubik's Cube represents things like the sex box, the Tesseract, the Cube on ITV, the Allspark and Transformers, Pandoricon, Doctor Who, Pandora's Box, etc., etc. See how this even looks like one of the two towers? See how this Battenberg is even like a cuboid, which is basically an expanded cube. See how Jimbo has even got a shirt on that's got a white rabbit on it, just like the white rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. And if you want more information about this HARP weather machine, then watch Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura. Brilliant show. Highly recommend it. It was so controversial that they even had to take it off the air. The Illuminati don't want their secrets getting out. Now, anyway, right. It says this bomb was discovered in Bath. Now, Bath is where I believe a lot of the Roman baths are. And the new British Empire rising up represents just like the Roman Empire. See how these rugby goalposts are just like American football goalposts, and they're like a H for the Hadron Collider. See how even this gold channel represents the golden age coming. See the pyramid right there. See the checkerboard symbolism in the background. This represents the wheel of the Great Tribulation. Even this represents the elite's wealth. See the gold bar? Just like those gold bars in the recent Star Wars: The Old Republic Knights of the Fallen Empire chapter. Like it says, Russia is the bookie's favourite to win Eurovision Song Contest. I mean, why is Russia um, even involved in Eurovision? Because I didn't think they were part of Europe. I'll tell you why. Because Russia is rising up with all of these people, all of these nations. They're all working together. See this thing that looks like a rocket? I literally saw a rocket when I was in my dad's van, and we were basically on the motorway, and yeah, and it basically looked like a nuke anyway. So I don't know what it was or where it was being driven to, but yeah, got me massively worried that. Right, this is Susan Foreman, the character in Doctor Who. She's the Doctor's granddaughter. See all of these equations in the background, just like the Illuminati are obsessed with numbers. The Illuminati are trying to convince people that everything is black and white, but it's not. It's that simple. It's very complicated. Well, anyway, this how do I say this? This Susan Foreman character represents this same Susan in Narnia. They both represent the lamb and the woman of the Bible because they both got brunette hair. See how she's got a bow and arrow? Just like Katniss does in the Hunger Games, because Jennifer Lawrence, no matter what character she plays, she seems to always represent the woman of the Bible or the lamb. So even this Mockingjay represents this eagle right here. Like even the eagles in Lord of the Rings, when they take Frodo away, they basically take him to the Grey Havens, which represent heaven. Okay, he does stop at the Shire for a bit first, but he gets there eventually. And remember, he goes to the Grey Havens in a ship, just like the ship of souls leaving to go into heaven with Jesus Christ. Remember, it represents the same thing as that Britannia cruise on Anne and Deck, Saturday Night Takeaway. Remember, Gandalf represents Jesus. So, yeah. Says Ireland has been knocked out of the Eurovision Song Contest. And it basically happened last night with this Nicky Byrne guy out of Westlife. We talked about Westlife in a previous video. Anyway, this actually represents possibly the so-called Irish Republican terrorists might actually be knocked out, just like Nicky Byrne was knocked out of Eurovision. See how this eye right here looks like a twin tower, one of the twin towers? See how the IRA are even dressed like ISIS? even seem to have similar weapons to ISIS as well. Remember I said Islam is represented by the green because that's what the Grok said. And there's the white for heaven, and the black in the background for the darkness. Again, you know what's coming. Blend in the bad with the good. See how this WordPress site has a W for World War III, and a blue for Jesus and God of the Light. Here's this checkerboard symbolism in the background again. Again, here it is again. Blending the good and the blue with the bad and the black. This channel used to be called Watch, now it's W. The W for World War III. Or two V's next to each other for the fifth age. See how this thing in the background is even like a hexagram or a cube? Going back to that whole Rubik's Cube thing again, and the Tesseract and all of that business. Blue in the background for Jesus and God in the light. Here's the black for the darkness, and the black for the darkness. And then this is basically saying watch, as in watch out. Watch for signs of the end times and for symbolism. And then the watching doesn't stop, but More and More Free does start. The even when World War III happens, the watching won't stop. See how this is red for Satan and black for the darkness? It's just like that show that Ann and Dec used to host, Red or Black. Here it is again, red or black. Then, of course, you've got this white W for heaven. And then, in this Cadbury's Crunchie advert, here you've got the nuclear football. See that right there? And then all of these people representing the elites, or the Illuminati, or the Freemasons, or an amalgamation of all of those people. See how they're all wearing like suits and ties?
The last quarter showed promise, and in terms of the economic forecast for the...
See how she even reminds me of that character in the Hunger Games. I can't remember her name, but you probably know which one I mean if you've seen those films.
Ahead, it looks like forecast economic.
See how they're doing weird motions with their mouths? Just like in that Domino's advert, remember?
Oh,
See how he's got glasses on? Just like Clark Kent has glasses and Harry Potter has glasses. Could also represent the visors coming with the mark of the beast. So anyway, I think when they do these weird motions with their mouths, it means like the gnashing of teeth.
Forecast more like. Just look at them.
See, they even show their teeth when they're doing it.
Look at them. Let's go crazy. Give me fun, give me flavour, give me crunch.